Welcome to TradeSetup in the morning Jumpstart for the 20th of September. Mixed bag last night with US finishing flat, and the Europe session was a lot stronger. We had S&P 500 futures close up a half a point. The SPY futures closed down 5 points. FTSE 100 futures closed up 107 points, with the DAX following suit, closing up 105.5 points. Gold was stronger, up $7.60. Oil finished up 27 cents. The CRB index was up 0.87 of a point, and the Aussie dollar is currently around the 75.37 level. Okay, looking at the action overnight from the ASX 200, we're looking at the 30-minute chart there. We can see it's broken out a contraction zone here, but it is just in consolidation between 53.08 and 52.65. It has touched up towards the 53.08 zone a couple of times now, tested that region, and it looks like it could be rolling over, but realistically it is holding up between those two zones. We could potentially retest back down to 52.65 because as we are in oversold territory, but I'd expect it to hold up and push back higher today. Whether we break above 53.08 today is another thing, but we'll see how that plays out. The Aussie dollar, that held up quite nicely. We are looking at that higher low that built. We will have a look at that last night, and that's roughly around that 74.83 zone. Push back up above that 7500, and we did trade up as expected up towards 75.66. Did touch through that, so we did wash out a few short positions. We backed off. We do look like we're potentially building another higher low to push back up through the 75.66. We do expect that support zone, that rising support, to hold, and we may get a bit more contraction lower towards that zone to build a higher lower somewhere around the 75.20 zone. But we will keep an eye on what happens today and see how that plays out. We are expecting that 75 push through up through that 75.66 level, potentially higher towards 77, back up towards 77.25, but we'll see what happens today. For a change of pace, we're looking at a short position today on Qantas. We have got a nice little trade running alert going from 322. It hasn't really done much, but we can see that price structure is very nice for a push lower. We have the major resistance built at $4.20, and then we had that break of those lows at 354. We had a push lower, built a minor lower high here at 343, and then on our way down to 260. Did rebound, and we did wash out those highs at 343 and through that to 355 zone. Bit of a washout of any long positions, and then we look like we've made that minor lower high, and we're pushing lower. We could be heading down to a 260. We'll see how that plays out. We are roughly in oversold territory, so if that holds up and we do get that spike lower we like, we'll see how that goes and see if we can take some profit off the table. Anyway, we'll be watching that today. That's all for today. We'll speak to you tomorrow.